Hello, my name is Jessica and I welcome you to today's Hip Focus Morning Flow. In this flow, we will work into all the yummy parts of our body, into our hip area. We will, on the one hand, strengthen our hip area and then also work into stretching and releasing the tension which we are building up into this area due to our modern lifestyle of sitting a lot. And maybe you also notice when we're working on releasing this tension and the tightness that some emotions coming up, some thoughts, and maybe you also feel a release in tension in your mind, as our mind and body is connected. And when we are releasing some tightness and some build-up stress in our body, we usually also release some stress and tension in our mind. Today you don't need any specific props, but if you have props in your practice, go ahead, take your props, and then let's get started. Meet me on the mat. Today we start in child's pose. Widen your knees to both sides. Maybe your knees a little bit wider than usual. Walk your hands forward. Round down your forehead. Draw the weight of your hips backward. Take a moment here to settle in. You can close down your eyes. Feel already into your outer hip area. Send some deep breaths here. We all take a deep inhale through our nose. And a full exhale out through our mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Once more. Inhale through your nose. And a full exhale out through your mouth. Close your mouth, take your breath through your nose. Start to calm your mind through deep breaths. Maybe you already noticed some sensations in your outer hip area, in your lower back, in your lumbar spine. On your next inhale, come onto your hands, draw your weight forward. Exhale, push back into child's pose. On an inhale, round your upper body, roll forward. Inhale, push back onto child's pose. We take a few rounds here, seated spinal waves. It doesn't matter how it looks, it's just about how it feels. It can look completely different in your practice, in your body. And the next time you roll forward, come all the way up into tabletop position. In tabletop, your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees and hips are stacked, your shins and feet are parallel to the mat. On your next inhale, lift your right leg, your knee is bent, flex your right foot, draw your right knee towards the right. Your knee and hip is in line. Try to not lean over on the left. We go for 5 pulses here in fire hydrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hold for a moment and release. We take the other side. On an inhale, lift your left leg, flex your left foot, draw your left knee towards the left knee, and hip arm line. Your shin is parallel to the ground. Try to not lean over to the right. We go for 5 pulses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hold for a moment. Feel your strength. And exhale, release. On an inhale, walk your hands a half distance forward and push back into down dog. Pedal out your feet, walk the dog. Do what feels good for you now. And then settle. Push through your hands, externally rotate your upper arm bones away from your ears. Your spine is nice and long, your knees can be micro bent. On an inhale, lift your right leg, bend your right knee. We go for a few rounds of hip rotations here. Start in either direction. Going into the synovial fluid here. Change direction. And then open up into scorpion dog. Exhale, release. We take the other side. On an inhale, lift your left leg, bend your left knee. Hip rotations to one direction. Lubricating our hip area. Change direction. And then open up into scorpion dog on this side. Exhale, release. On an inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward, ground down your left knee. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Send the weight forward into your hips. Feel a nice stretch in your left quadriceps, in your hip flexor. Inhale here, and on an exhale, ground down your right palm on the inside of your right foot. Kickstand your left foot to the right. On an inhale, reach your left arm up and forward. Modified side angle. I like to push my upper arm bone into my knee to give myself a nice opening in the right hip area, my right outer hip. And also my inner thighs. On an exhale, frame your front foot and push back into down dog. Inhale, extend your left leg backward. Exhale, step your left foot forward, round down your right knee. On an inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Send the weight forward into your hips. Feel the stretch in your right quadricep. On an exhale, ground down your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Kickstand your right foot to the left. Inhale, reach your right arm up and forward. Modified side angle on this side. On an exhale, frame your front foot and push back into down dog. And down dog, roll onto your tiptoes and tiptoe all the way to the front of the mat. Grab your opposite elbows for a moment in ragdoll. You can swing gently from side to side. Release your head towards the ground. And on your next inhale, slowly, vertebra per vertebra, make your way up into Tadasana. In Tadasana, your feet are grounded and parallel, your crown reaches up, your sternum lifts, and your palms are facing forward. On your next inhale, reach your arms up, lift your left leg into dog pose, draw your left knee to the left, flex your foot, and bring your ankle onto your bent right thigh. Figure 4, hands in front of your chest in prayer. Sit deep in this chair variation in your hip opener. Maybe you can release your elbows onto your shin. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, come up, back into stork pose and step your left foot backward. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Your feet are hips distance wide. Your hips are facing forward. We go for 5 pulses here. On an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, drop your left knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Once more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, rise. And on an exhale, frame your front foot. Step back into plank pose. And plank, your hips are in line with your shoulders. And your next inhale, roll to your tiptoes, bend your arms and chaturanga arms and come all the way down to the ground. Come up into Sphinx pose, your elbows are in line with your shoulders, your chest pushes through. We go for half frog. On an inhale, bend your right leg. Bring your right knee towards the right, flex your right foot. Your chest is forward, gaze is forward. Take a moment here. Your pelvis is down. On your next inhale, bring your right leg to center. Hands underneath your shoulders and push back through a long child into down dog. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, step forward. Come into chair. Exhale, Tadasana. We go for the second side. On an inhale, reach your arms up, lift your right leg into stork pose. Draw your right knee to the right, flex your right foot, bend your left leg, bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Figure 4 on this side. Sit deep into this posture. Maybe you can release your elbows onto your shin. On the next inhale, come back to stork and step back into high crescent on this side. Your left knee is bent in a 90-degree angle. Your feet are hips wide. We go for 5 pulses on this side. Inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, bend your arms. Drop your right knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, come up. And once more. Inhale, rise. Frame your front foot and step back into plank pose. Inhale here in plank, and on an exhale, chaturanga, come all the way down and up into Sphinx pose. We go for half frog on the left. Bend your left leg. Your knee draws over to the left. Your left foot is flexed. Pelvis is down. Chest is forward, gaze is forward. Send some deep breaths into your hip area. The area where we build up a lot of tightness over the day. And it takes some time to work through this tightness. And then to release the stress. To open up for some new energy. Come back to center, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push back into a long child, and up into down dog. On an inhale, lift your left leg, exhale, step your left foot forward, drop your right knee, inhale, Anjaneyasana, send the weight of your hips forward. Exhale, frame your front foot, step forward, come up into chair pose. Exhale, release, Tadasana. Take a moment here in your Tadasana. Feel your feet deeply grounded, your crown reaches up. And next inhale, reach your arms up, lift your left leg, draw your left knee towards the left, come into your tree pose. Left knee, left foot rather on the inside of your right thigh or onto your shin. Your standing leg, your right leg is grounded and working. Your glutes are engaged, your hips are facing forward. Find your drishti in front of you, your focus point. And next inhale, come back to stork pose, bend your right leg, wrap your left leg around your right leg into eagle legs, left arm underneath your right arm into eagle arms. Sit deep into this posture. Feel into your hips and the strength of your standing leg. And then come up into stork and step back into warrior two. Your right knee is bent in a 90-degree angle, your back leg is straight, your back foot is grounded and parallel to the back of the mat. Your arms are parallel to the ground, your gaze is forward. On an inhale, flip your front palm, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale here, and on an exhale, ground down your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up and forward. Side angle on the side. Scoop your right hip under. Open up your chest towards the ceiling as best as to your ability. Your right upper arm bone pushes into your knee. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg and come up into your triangle pose. Next inhale, come up into star. Heel toe your feet in. Bend your knees, come into your goddess pose. Sit deep into your goddess. Hands in front of your chest in prayer. On an inhale, lift your right foot and on an exhale, release. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, lift both feet. Sit deep into the strong posture. Feel your legs burning. Feel your quadriceps working, your glutes. Take another moment here and then release. Straighten your legs and pivot to the front of the mat. Step forward, Tadasana. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Lift your right leg into stork pose. Draw your right knee towards the right. Come into your tree pose. Right foot on the inside of your left thigh or shin. Find your drishti. And then maybe you can straighten your arms towards the ceiling. Engage your left glutes. Your thigh pushes into your foot into the thigh. On your next inhale, come back to stork. Bend your left leg, wrap your right leg around your left leg. Come into eagle legs. Right arm underneath your left arm, eagle arms. Sit deep into this chair variation. Feel into your strength. Relax your jaw. The next inhale, come back to stork and step back into warrior two on this side. Ground down in your warrior two. Your gaze is forward. On an inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale here. On an exhale, ground down your left palm on the inside of your left foot. On an inhale, reach your right arm up and forward. Side angle on this side. Scoop your left hip under. Draw your chest towards the ceiling. And next inhale, straighten your front leg and come up into the triangle pose. And next inhale, come up, bend your front knee, come into your Skandasana on the left, Skandasana to the right, Skandasana to the left. Open up your arms and Skandasana to the right. Open up your arms on this side. Bend your front knee and come forward. Come into chair pose and exhale, Tadasana. On the next inhale, reach your arms up, gaze up, Urdhva-sthasana. Exhale, forward fold, belly button to your spine. Inhale, half lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Inhale here in plank, roll to the tips of your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, arms on a 90-degree angle. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, extend your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward on the outside of your right hand. Bring your left knee towards the ground. Come into your lizard. Take a moment here to settle in. Find your edge. And then from there, start to release. Maybe you can come onto your forearms. You can also place your forearms onto a block. Take a moment here in this deep hip opener. In this hip opening positions, which we're holding a little bit longer, we're putting some pressure onto our connective tissue to stretching those areas, opening up those areas, getting flexibility into our joints and to work through this tightness and the tension. And this takes a certain amount of time to really work into the body. Notice all the sensations which are now happening in your body. For example, your right outer hip area, maybe also parts of your right inner thighs, your left quadriceps, your hip flexor on the left. Just notice if there's some discomfort, and then work through it. Take your time to release. Let go of this thought that discomfort is necessarily bad. It's just something we're holding on to, and it takes a while to work through it and to let it go. Sending some calm breaths to our nervous system, signals our body that everything is okay. And it's safe to settle in and to release and relax. On the next inhale, come up onto your hands. Walk your right foot towards the left. Round down your shin, pigeon prep. You can also prep your hips with a rolled blanket if you're leaning over to one side. The idea is we like to have our hips balanced. Your shin can be parallel to the front of the mat, then please flex your foot. But it can also be diagonal, then you can point your toes. Find your position. Take a moment to peek over your left shoulder. Go to your left foot under. Straighten your left leg. And then round down. On an inhale, Elongate your spine. On an exhale, walk your hands forward and you release your forehead towards the ground. Take a few deep breaths here in our pigeon. Take a deep inhale through your nose and a full exhale out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Once more, inhale through your nose and full exhale out. Take a moment here. Send some calming breaths into all those targeted areas. On the next inhale, come up onto your hands, lift your back leg and push back into down dog. We go for the second side. On an inhale, extend your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward on the outside of your left hand. Release your right knee to the ground. Take a moment to settle into your lizard. Maybe this side feels completely different, which is absolutely normal. We have two sides in our body, one dominant and one non-dominant side, and they usually feel a bit different. Just notice all those body sensations. Get comfortable in your own body, in your own practice. And when you're ready and you like, come onto your forearms. Send some deep and calming breaths to your nervous system, signaling that it's all safe and all okay. Even the discomfort and tightness we feel is okay. We take our time to surrender into this and opening up our body, opening up all the tightness, and also opening up our mind from any stress. On the next inhale, come up onto your hands. Walk your left foot towards the right, ground down your shin. Take your variation of pigeon. Take a peek over your right shoulder, curl toe, your right foot under, and then release. Inhale, straighten your spine. On an exhale, fold over. You can also stack your hands, make yourself a cushion, and ground your forehead onto your hands. We take a deep inhale through our nose and a full exhale out. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Once more, inhale through your nose, exhale. Take a few moments here, your calming breath. Tension and discomfort is not pain. Pain is anything shooting, tingling, burning. If you feel anything like this, back out of the pose. Yeah, like a shooting pain in your knee, for example. On the Next inhale, come up onto your hands, lift your back leg and push back into your down dog. Walk your down dog for a moment. Take a deep breath here in your down dog. And then walk your hands towards your feet, widen your feet to both sides. Come into yogi squat at the back of your mat. Bring your hands in front of your chest in prayer. Sit deep into your hips for a moment. If your heels are lifting, you always can bring a folded blanket underneath your heels. And on your exhale, come to sit. Straighten your legs forward, flex your feet. On an inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Reach your right arm up and around. Ground down your right palm behind you. Exhale, twist open to the right, Marityasana. Your crown reaches up. Your spine is nice and long. And next inhale, come back to center. We switch sides. Flex your right foot and on an inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Reach your right arm up and around. Ground down your left palm behind you. Twist open to the right. Marityasana. Rather to the left. Elongate your spine. On the next inhale, come back to center. Bend your knees. Bring your feet together into cobbler pose. Grab your ankles. Straighten your spine. Actively draw your knees towards the ground with engaging your glutes. Even if your knees are high up like this, try as best to your ability to keep your spine nice and long and to engage your glutes. You can also pad your knees with blocks underneath. Inhale here and on an exhale, fold over. You can open your feet like a book. Bring your hands underneath your feet. I like to place my elbows onto my shins, give myself a little assist, hands-on assist here to even widen my knees more. Release your head towards the ground. You probably feel a lot of sensations in your groins, in your lower back, the lumbar spine, in your outer hip area. We are also in a forward fold, and forward folds are calming our mind. They have calming benefits to our nervous system. So really take your time to deepen into this pose, but not only physical, but also mentally, with deep breaths. You can also close your eyes for a moment. And next inhale, slowly make your way up. Straighten your legs forward. Come onto your back. Bend your right knee into your chest. Draw your right knee towards the left. Reach your right arm up and around. Bring your chest towards your ceiling. The spinal twist. And next inhale, come back to center. Switch legs. Straighten your right leg. Draw your left knee towards your chest. Bring your left knee towards the right. Reach your left arm up and around. Open up your chest towards the ceiling. Feel nice twist in your spine, nice opening. Especially very beneficial in the morning. Maybe it's still a bit tight there in this area. And then next inhale, come back to center, bend both knees, grab the outer edges of your feet, draw your knees towards the ground, round down your sacrum, your spine and your shoulder blades. Take a moment in your happy baby. You can swing from side to side gently or stay in the center. Bring your knees, rather your feet together. Come into supine butterfly position with your feet and your legs. Bring the right hand onto your belly and your left hand onto your heart area. We will take our Shavasana in this position. If you feel the need to straighten your legs forward and widen your legs, do this. Otherwise, round down. Take a deep inhale through your nose and a full exhale out through your mouth. Close your eyes. Shavasana. Feel your body heavy on the ground, your hips heavy on the ground. Notice what has changed since beginning of class. Take a moment here to fully arrive into your body. Take some moments in your stillness. Bring the awareness back to your body. Straighten your legs forward if you haven't yet. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Give yourself a good morning stretch. Roll to the right side of your body into a fetal position. Take a moment here, and when you're ready, come up to sit. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. Come into a cross-legged position. Release your hands onto your knees. Feel into your body. Feel your hips grounded. Notice and feel what is open now, what opened up, through which tightness and tension and stress we worked through, and what we opened up for the new energy, for some lightness. And maybe you can carry on this thought through your day, that even if there's some tension occurring or some stress, just remind yourself that it sometimes needs some time to work through it, and that we can ease into it with deep breaths and finally release and open up and find our lightness. Bring your hands in front of your chest in Anjali Mudra. I like to close this class with one Om. Join me in if you like, or if you prefer to listen to this, listen to the vibration. Take a deep inhale here and a full exhale out. Inhale for Om. Bow down in gratitude. Thank yourself for showing up today, for taking such good care of you. Bring your hands onto your third eye area. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I wish you a wonderful day ahead, and feel the lightness, feel the joy, and see you next time.